Welcome to Science Meets Adventure, exploring nature's secret. Today, we're flying over one of the most dramatic coastlines on Earth, a ring of jagged cliffs wrapped around a deep blue sea. From above, it looks like a broken circle, a missing piece torn out by something unimaginably powerful. This is Santorini Caldera in Greece, the scar of a collapsed supervolcano that may have shaped the myth of Atlantis and sent tsunamis racing across the Mediterranean. As the drone glides high over the Aegean, you can see the story written in the landscape. White villages cling to the cliff tops, like snow on the rim of a giant crater. Far below, cruise ships and ferries look tiny against the dark water. The island you're seeing isn't a normal island at all. It's the rim of an ancient volcano, and the sea at its center was once filled with fire. To understand Santorini, we have to rewind time about 3,600 years. Back then, this wasn't a crescent-shaped island, but a roughly circular volcanic mountain called Thera, home to part of the flourishing Minoan civilization. Beneath it, the African tectonic plate was sliding under the Eurasian plate along the Hellenic arc, melting rock and feeding a magma chamber. Pressure built slowly, over centuries, until the mountain could no longer contain it. When the eruption finally came, it was one of the most powerful in human history. Imagine a column of ash and pumice blasting tens of kilometers into the sky, blocking the sun, turning day into night. Pyroclastic flows. Clouds of superheated gas and rock roared down the slopes faster than a racing car, vaporizing everything in their path. As the magma chamber emptied, the roof of the volcano collapsed inward. The center of the island caved in, and the sea rushed into the void. The caldera we see today is the result of that violent collapse of a supervolcano. Geologists find the evidence all around the Aegean. Layers of white pumice blanket nearby islands. In harbors and on seafloors, scientists have discovered deposits left behind by huge tsunami waves. Some estimates suggest walls of water up to tens of meters high crashed into coasts hundreds of kilometers away, including Crete, where major Minoan cities stood near the shore. The eruption and the tsunamis didn't instantly wipe out the civilization, but they may have weakened it, damaging harbors, farmland, and trade routes, and opening the door for new powers to rise. Centuries later, the Greek philosopher Plato wrote about a powerful island civilization called Atlantis, which vanished in a single day and night in earthquakes and floods. We'll never know for sure if he had Santorini in mind, but the parallels are hard to ignore. A rich seafaring culture, an island destroyed by the sea, and stories passed down through generations that mingle memory with myth. Here, on the rim of the caldera, myth and geology overlap. Today, the volcano isn't dead, it's just quieter. In the center of the caldera, new islands called Nea Kameni and Palea Kameni have grown from more recent eruptions. They're like small black scars in the middle of the blue water, built from layers of lava and ash. Fumaroles still release hot gases, and gentle earthquakes remind scientists that magma continues to move deep underground. Santorini is a living system, constantly reshaped by forces we can't see. Now, let's switch from deep time to your own journey here. Imagine arriving by ferry in the morning. As the ship enters the caldera, the cliffs rise almost vertically on either side, banded with red, black, and white rock like a geological layer cake. On top sit the town of Fira and the famous sunset village of Oya, their whitewashed houses and blue-domed churches sparkling in the sun. From sea level, you can really feel that you're at the bottom of a massive volcanic crater, surrounded by the remnants of an explosion. Your adventure begins in Fira, where narrow alleys wind between cafes, shops, and viewpoints. One of the best ways to experience the scale of the caldera is to hike the Fira-Oya Trail, a cliff-top path of about 10 kilometers. As you walk, the camera can drift back and forth between your steps and wide drone shots. Sheer drops to the water, small chapels perched on rocks, and terraces of grapevines grown in the island's volcanic soil. Each bend in the path offers a new angle on the caldera's horseshoe shape, making it easy to imagine the full circle that once existed. Along the way, the geology tells silent stories. You pass layers of reddish scoria, pale pumice, and dark basalt, each recording a different phase of volcanic activity. The ground under your feet is porous and sharp, but hardy plants have found cracks to cling to. In spring, the cliffs are sprinkled with wildflowers, a reminder that life always reclaims even the most violent landscapes. From Oya, we shift to the sea. A small boat takes you across the caldera to Kamini, the active volcanic island. The terrain changes again. Black lava fields, twisted rocks, and sulfur-scented air. As you hike to the summit crater, steam rises from vents in the ground. Scientists regularly measure gas composition and ground deformation here to monitor the volcano's health. Standing by the crater, you're looking into the newest part of Santorini, rock that didn't exist a few hundred years ago. From Kamini, the boat heads to Kamini, where hot springs seep out near the shore. The water shifts from deep blue to rusty orange-green, stained by iron and minerals. Many visitors jump in and float, where cool seawater mixes with warmer geothermal currents, surrounded by views of the caldera walls. It's a peaceful reminder that the same heat that once drove catastrophic eruptions now powers more gentle experiences. Back on the main island, we explore Santorini's beaches, each shaped by volcanic materials. There's the famous Red Beach, backed by towering iron-rich cliffs, Harissa and Perivolos, with long stretches of black lava sand, and the pale pebbles of Lechata, where erosion has carved bizarre shapes into soft rock. From above, these beaches look like paint strokes along the base of the caldera's cliffs. No science travel story here is complete without talking about food and wine. Santorini's volcanic soil, dry climate, and strong winds create tough conditions for plants, but local farmers have turned this into an advantage. You'll see Assyrtiko grapevines trained low to the ground in basket shapes, protecting them from the wind and helping them trap morning dew. The result is crisp, mineral-rich wine that tastes like a distilled version of the island's geology. Add in sweet cherry tomatoes, yellow fava beans, and capers grown in rocky soil, and your plate becomes another way to explore the volcano's legacy. As the day ends, the camera returns to Oya for the island's most famous ritual, sunset over the caldera. People gather along the walls and terraces, facing west. The sun drops, the cliffs glow orange and red, and the sea inside the caldera turns to liquid gold, then deep purple. In the distance, Kamini sits dark against the light, a reminder of the forces waiting below. In that moment, it's easy to see how a place like this can inspire legends of lost islands and vanished civilizations. Standing on the rim of Santorini, you're literally walking along the edge of a story, one written in ash layers, in ancient ruins, in myths, and in modern data. Santorini Caldera is more than a postcard-perfect destination. It's a natural laboratory for understanding supervolcanoes, tsunamis, and climate impacts, and a living example of how human culture responds to dramatic geological change. It shows us that the ground beneath our feet is never truly still, and that some of the world's most beautiful places were born from catastrophe. If you enjoyed this journey through science, history, and adventure, don't forget to support the channel. Like this video, share it with friends who love travel and mysteries, and subscribe to Science Meets Adventure, Exploring Nature's Secret, so we can keep exploring the hidden stories behind Earth's most extraordinary landscapes together.